When you think of billionaires, you probably picture yachts, racehorses, or luxury cars. But JP McManus, one of Ireland's richest men, has another passion, a game as old as civilization itself. A game of chance, strategy, and nerve. Today we're uncovering the hidden world of JP McManus, the billionaire backgammon king. Born in Limerick in 1951, JP McManus built his fortune through savvy investments and an instinct for opportunity. He's a titan of horse racing, with dozens of winners at the Cheltenham Festival. He's a philanthropist, pouring millions into schools, hospitals, and charities across Ireland. But behind that public image lies another story. A story told not on racetracks, but across backgammon boards in private clubs, luxury hotels, and high-stakes suites around the world. Backgammon is one of the oldest games in human history. It's been played for more than 5,000 years, from Mesopotamian kings to Roman soldiers. Simple on the surface, but devilishly complex once you understand the strategy. Half luck, half mathematics, and all psychology. And in the modern age, it's become a favorite of gamblers who crave both risk and intellect. No one embodied that more than JP McManus. In the 1980s and 1990s, McManus became a fixture in elite gambling circles. These weren't casual matches for pocket change. Stakes ran into the hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, in a single sitting. For McManus, backgammon wasn't just a pastime, it was an arena, a test of endurance, patience, and steel nerves. Imagine the scene. Late night in a Mayfair club or a Monte Carlo hotel suite, the air thick with cigar smoke. The only sounds, the clatter of dice and the quiet shifting of chips. Across the board, some of the world's richest and boldest men. And sitting calmly, quietly, was JP McManus, unreadable, calculating, and utterly in control. Among his opponents was Kerry Packer, the Australian media tycoon, known as one of the world's most fearless gamblers. Their private battles became legendary. For Packer, gambling was adrenaline, pure entertainment. For McManus, it was something more, a chess match disguised as a dice game, a contest of logic, nerve, and subtle pressure. And then came 2012, the California match that shook the gambling world. JP McManus sat down across from Alec Gores, an American billionaire investor, for what would become a 3-day marathon of backgammon. This wasn't a friendly roll, this was high-stakes warfare. For 3 days, dice rattled and fortunes swung back and forth across the board. Gores came out aggressive, attacking positions with bold, risky plays. McManus, in contrast, remained ice-calm. He waited, he absorbed, he struck only when the moment was right. Day 1 blurred into day 2. By the 3rd day, exhaustion set in. But McManus thrived in long games. He leaned into the grind, making fewer mistakes, punishing every slip from his opponent. When the final game ended, McManus had done it. He walked away with winnings of $17.4 million. A backgammon victory so large, even in billionaire circles, it became the stuff of whispers. But the story didn't end there. The US government withheld $5.2 million in taxes from those winnings. McManus fought back, arguing that this wasn't gambling. It was a contest of skill, no different from a sporting competition. His lawyers called it a serious match. But the US Court of Federal Claims rejected his case. They ruled it gambling, pure and simple. McManus lost, not across the board, but in the courtroom. That California battle was just one chapter. Stories still swirl of McManus's private sessions in Monte Carlo, all-night games in London clubs, and secret hotel matches where millions changed hands in a single evening. Wherever the stakes were highest, McManus was there. What set him apart wasn't bravado or showmanship. It was patience, calculation, a refusal to be rattled. While others surged with emotion at every roll, McManus played with an almost mathematical calm. To him, backgammon was not gambling, it was art. And yet, for all the fortunes he won, McManus never lived like a reckless high roller. Away from the board, he poured his wealth back into Ireland, hospitals, schools, community projects. In many ways, his gambling mirrored his philanthropy. Careful, deliberate, and always with an eye toward the bigger picture. Today, JP McManus is best known for his empire in horse racing, and his generosity. But among gamblers and backgammon aficionados, he is remembered as something else entirely, a legend of the board. A man who could face down anyone, anywhere, and walk away smiling, win or lose. So next time you see McManus's name in the racing pages, remember, his story isn't just about horses or wealth. It's about a quiet Irishman who mastered one of the world's oldest games, played it at the highest stakes imaginable, and left behind a legacy of strategy, psychology, and sheer nerve. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more quirky stories.